Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. I'm your host Rob. This video we're going to do our Walking Dead Season 4 preview of next week's episode, which is episode 11, entitled Claimed.
High nose, eyes closed, holding on. And I don't want another.
Okay guys, welcome back. So Claimed, which is next week's episode, we got a little bit of a glimpse of it this past Sunday, obviously, shortly after the episode 10, which was very good. Now, I think the interesting thing here is Terminus. Let me look this up. Give me a second here. Yes, okay, Terminus. I was right the first time. Now, here's the interesting thing. When I saw the word, the first thing I thought to myself was, okay, is this Walking Dead lore? Because I don't recall the word. I don't recall the name. Obviously, we know that the next safe haven, according to the comics, is the Alexandria safe zone. So this led me to think one of two things. Either A, they're just putting in this place as a temporary stopping ground for the group to eventually meet back up, and then maybe something might happen that jeopardizes this safe haven, and then they have to move on. Or B, this is a trap. Because Terminus, from what we understand, I'm sure you guys know this by now, I've learned it obviously, means end of the line, end of the road, or whatever the case may be. And that could have some deep meaning. Now, am I looking too deep into it? Probably. Am I right? Probably not. But it's still interesting to think that it's a possibility, because when you really look at how this season's been so far, nothing has gone right for these guys. Nothing. So why should it start now? To be quite honest, why should it start now? Now, the thing I like is obviously at the end of the episode, we got to see Abraham, Eugene, and Rosita. So it's going to be nice. It looks like we're going to see a lot more of them. They appeared to save Tara and Glenn, but not so much. They kind of just stood back and watched Tara take on the zombies while Glenn passed out, and kind of scouting them. Are these people worth saving? Are they going to bring something to the table? Tara obviously proved herself, so they're good to go. Now, Claimed is an interesting title, and I'm wondering what that's going to mean in the long run. But usually you find the meaning of the title of the show, of the particular episode, at some point in the show. Like for inmates, when they got out of the jail towards the end, and it said, warning, hitchhikers may be escaped inmates. Curious. So I think this next episode, I'm really looking forward to obviously seeing more of Eugene, Abraham, Rosita, how they play out. They showed a scene with Michonne putting up paintings. So it looks like Rick, Carl, Michonne are trying to set up the house as sort of a safe haven, unless she was having another flashback. So it could be either or, because she looked like she was better dressed, but obviously she could have gotten to the house, washed up or whatever, and just changed her clothes. So I think they're going to try and play house there. I think that's going to be their safe spot. We know that Tyrese, Carol, and the kids are heading to Terminus, so it looks like they might be the first ones to arrive there. I feel Daryl and Beth will be right behind them because Daryl's tracking them, so that's going to take care of that group. We know that Glenn and Tara are now with Abraham, Eugene, and Rosita. And my thought there is that if Terminus turns out to be an actual safe haven, I think that's where Abraham, Rosita, and Eugene are from. And I think that's where Glenn and Tara are going to end up. I think the key to focus on here is where exactly is Maggie, Bobby, and Sasha, and what direction are they heading in now? We know that last time we saw them, they were on a bus and Maggie broke down. So now it's a key as to what direction they're heading in. What's their game plan? I'm not 100% sure if I remember seeing them in the trailer. For some reason, I'm kind of getting an image there, but those trailers are so quick, and I only tend to watch them once or twice because I don't like to dissect too much into what I watch, because I don't like to spoil too much. If you guys have seen my videos many times before, when it comes to a movie, I don't mind spoiling it too much, because when the movie comes out, chances are I forgot what I spoiled. Whereas a show, it's consistently on every week, and you might spoil something now that you pick up on a couple of weeks later, and this kind of ruins the whole experience. So I think those are the three that are probably in the worst case right now because they really don't have a game plan. Where at least Tyrese, Carol, and the girls, and Daryl and Beth seem to be heading in the right direction. Although Daryl and Beth obviously are inadvertently following them without knowing it's them. So, and obviously Rick, Carl, and Michonne seem to be in a pretty safe spot. How safe and for how long, who knows, you know? And I think, obviously, Tara and Glenn are probably in the best position. He raided the jail before he left, so he's got supplies. He's now with Abraham, Eugene, and Rosita, and quite frankly, they look like they're in great shape. So that leads me to believe even more that they're probably from Terminus. Now, the question also is, are we going to see Morgan? Because the rumor mill and the whispers in the wind is that Morgan is actually with Abraham, Rosita, and Eugene. And who knows, maybe he's in the car when they get in. Like maybe they'll pick up from that point. Or maybe if they are from Terminus, he's back there and maybe, who knows. Or maybe they run into him. So God knows. But, you know, the other rumor too was that those three also were at Herschel's farm. So it's going to be interesting to see where this all leads because the group is still spread out. But you can kind of see they're slowly starting to converge together. And I still think that ultimately the show season will end on probably the best high note you could get for The Walking Dead, which is everybody eventually finding each other in this town or everybody eventually finding each other heading to this town. And when they get there, it becomes a big trap, either a trap set by the hunters or just another group of people that are trying to rob others and using the radio announcements to lure people to their location so they can pretty much kill them and take their supplies. Very, very interesting stuff. I'm probably wrong on all accounts, but that's okay. Looking very forward to episode 11 entitled Claimed, airing this Sunday. And Sunday night, you can expect my review on the show. I'm looking very much forward to this episode. It's been a great season. My favorite one so far since season 2. I know that's not a popular choice for a lot of Walking Dead fans, but for me personally, that's my favorite season up to this point. But I think season 4 is going to take the helm on that. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Take it easy.